city. On the left, the fountain of juice, a great place for smoothies and lemonade. And then to the right is the fountain of youth. I start my day here every single morning. I get some of their water, and believe it or not, I'm only 500 years old, and I look great for my age. Most museums here will take you 45 minutes to an hour. This place has so much, it'll take you an hour and a half to 2. They have reenactors, they have food, they do have the fountain. Yes, you can drink from it. As we make our turn, keep your eyes open to the left there for one of their wild peacock that live here in this park. They do have wild peacock and pelicans that live here. We don't know where they came from, but they do enjoy this little park here. This is an archaeological site for the Native American village of Savoy. Hi! He's the coolest. Okay, coming up at the end here is the planetarium show. It demonstrates how sailors, just like Pedro Menendez, navigated the seas only using the stars in the sky. Now, I am really happy I got to show you guys some of their peacock here. If you don't know much about the bird, go home and read up on them, because anything you read about a peacock, well, it's a really beautiful tail. But that was a pun! The jokes don't get better. Now, on the left and right, those columns are made out of coquina. Coquina, that is a Spanish word for little shell, exactly what it's made out of. This wall, this is not coquina. Instead, it's tapia or tabby. The Spanish crown taxed coquina. People here were like, ew, taxes. They didn't want to pay them. So this right here was a loophole out of that tax, made using things like oyster shells, limestone, and sand. We will be turning down a residential road. Out of respect for our friends and neighbors, we quiet down a bit, enjoy the ride. If you want the best view of the road, just look to your right.
Picture of the fountain I used.
What do you mean?
I got a picture of the fountain I used.
You want to get a good picture? What do you mean look to the right? Really not.
Hey, what was that?
Hey guys, you gotta be quiet because we're in a neighborhood, okay? People live here.
No.
Very respectful.
I gotta be.
There was a face on the tree.
To move here?
Oh, God.
Chainsaw.
You'll hear a lot today about Henry Flagler. Just like William Worden, he was another partner in Standard Oil. So another very rich presence here in the city. In fact, Flagler was responsible for turning the entire Florida East Coast into the tourist destination that it is today. Here in St. Augustine, Flagler had 3 hotels. With hotel number 1, he built it a little close to the city jail. Flagler did not like that. So he went to the city and he asked them to move their jail. Now, of course, they said, no, we're not moving our jail just for you. That's absurd and not within our budget. But like I said, Flagler had a lot of money. It was within his budget, so he built them a brand new city jail. He built the salmon-colored building directly ahead of us. Flagler helped design it so it would look nice and pretty like a hotel from the outside, and left the construction part up to the people who built Alcatraz. The prisoners stayed here on the left where the bars are on the windows, the warden and their family off to the right. They were all in that one building together here. This jail was intended to hold up to 76 prisoners with 4 people in a single cell, though I will admit they held a lot more than that. So if you had to stay here, there were 2 things he did not have. The first was any privacy. The second was a bathroom. Instead, here they gave you a bucket. If you were lucky, it did not leak. If it did not leak, it held about a gallon. Not fun. So the only one bathroom down at Ripley's doesn't seem too bad. Like most jails, not a fun one to be at. Everyone wore matching black and white stripy pajamas. This was a working jail. Florida is hot, humid, and rainy. Not fun to work in, especially for no pay. Now this is the old jail museum. Out of all the buildings there in that parking lot is the only one still original. The rest are just replicas. There are some cells in there, I should say, that they will close the bars behind you. So just keep your fingers crossed that they won't lock. Alright, when I was in school, they taught us a fun little rhyme. They said in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Then in 1493, Columbus sailed the deep blue sea. That second time, he had a fun little guy with him. His name was Ponce de Leon. Columbus and Ponce. Oh, you've heard of him, good. Columbus and Ponce. They did not get along. So Ponce left. He traveled on his own.